Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Hammer Productions night. Tonight, I will be reviewing 1 Million Years B.C., released in 1966. 1 Million Years B.C. stars Raquel Welch, John Richardson, Percy Herbert, Robert Brown, Martine Beswick, Jean Wladon, and Vic Perrin. 1 Million Years B.C. was directed by Don Chaffey, based on a script by Michael Carreras. Now, this one is a remake of the 1940 film 1 Million B.C., which was directed by Hal Roach and starred Victor Miller. This is quite an interesting film for Hammer, because they, you know Hammer films because of their well-written dialogue, well-portrayed characters by great British actors who deliver that dialogue excellently. And this film is not that. Most of the dialogue in this is just native mumbo jumbo and characters saying their tribal names in here. The only actual real dialogue we have in here is from Vic Perrin as the narrator at the very beginning, just setting everything up and letting us know what is going on in the story. It has some excellent stop-motion effects by the legendary Ray Harryhausen. And I just wish, one thing that I have a problem with this film is I just wish they would have just stuck with his visual effects and didn't try to throw in any real animals in there. There's a moment with a iguana in there representing a dinosaur at one point, and there's a giant tarantula, which is a normal sized tarantula, but they did the tarantula effect and made it look really big. Yes, one could say that this might be a reference to the original 1940s film, which used lizards instead of actual special effects for the dinosaurs. But those scenes of these enlarged real creatures, trying to make them look like prehistoric creatures, it really clashes with the great work by Ray Harryhausen. I think they should have just made it all his visual effects and not went with the enlarged animals, like the iguana and if you want to call a tarantula an animal. But other than that, it's great. I mean, like I said, Ray Harryhausen's effects. I mean, there's the great moment where I think it's an Allosaurus comes across the village, and the village has to defend themselves and everything. That was a great sequence, as is a later sequence in which a Triceratops has a big battle with another dinosaur in there. But it is well done on those effects from him, as always. Ray Harryhausen's always been great. The story here is pretty basic. You have two different tribes. You have a really, really primitive, asshole-like tribe that John Richardson's Tomac comes from. And then you have the a little bit more advanced and more intelligent tribe that Lyanna comes from, played by Raquel Welch. And eventually he gets kicked out of his clan by their leader, Akoba, played by Robert Brown, which is his own freaking father. And yeah, the scenes with his tribe, I just could not stand any of them. They are so asshole-ish, thuggish, primitive, and whereas Raquel Welch's Lyanna and her tribe, they are, just really intelligent, living off the land, like they're not, antagonistic toward each other and everything. They just live with each other. And when Tomac comes into this, he is the intense one. They welcome him in with open arms, but then once he attacks one of them, because he was trying to steal a spear from one of them, they kick him out of their tribe. And him and Lyanna leave. She goes with him. And he eventually comes back into his own clan and everything. And that doesn't end very well either. But it seems like some of the teachings of Lyanna are rubbing off on Tomac, and he's trying to teach his own clan about that. But they're really rebellious. They're really dipshit characters in there. And eventually we have a volcano erupt, and it causes a bunch of them to die, and it causes what remaining members of Tomac and Lyanna's tribes to be able to coexist and come together by the end. It's quite well directed by Don Chaffey. I can't say much about the script that Michael Carreras has written for this, because there's not much of a script to write. It is, so performances are okay. I mean, this is not, requiring them to, this is not requiring John Richardson to play the same kind of a role that he played in She, so, but it is much more advanced than the 1940s film as far as effects and production quality and everything, but it's still not one of my really top Hammer films of all time. So I think it was okay that it, I didn't include this one on the latest top 10 non-horror Hammer films. But I will give 1 Million Years B.C. from 1966, I will give this film a 7.3 out of 10. It's not a bad film, but it, that one tribe that Tomac is in with, they become irritating quick. And the inconsistencies with the effects, not going all out with Ray Harryhausen's effects, it was a mistake in my opinion. But what do you guys think of this film? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. All right. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this first night back after the ranking week. And hope you will join me tomorrow for another action movie night. Thanks for watching.